And we're back. So this is the before and after for Chung Ying Street. So
我仲以為落到嚟唔使見到毛主席。
I mean, basically, I'm watching this because TheSilverSpleen told me about it, and I am totally oblivious to the history with the 1967 stuff. But I mean, it's totally practical in terms of just the whole 50-year jump that they have with students dealing with a 67 rioter. And yeah, definitely applicable to current day history of Hong Kong and like the politicalness of it all. And definitely supporting this because it's like stuff they're not even teaching anymore. So that's pretty sad with the whole British anti-Mao, anti-British, all that stuff. And yeah, definitely looking forward to it. I mean, it's black and white, so that's kind of art housey. So yeah, I mean, I'm get hyped because of TheSilverSpleen. So if it's not good, I doubt it won't be. But you know, 1967 to 2019, just that big difference of just time and history. Definitely worth a watch. I mean, it's pretty sad that like basically no one in my family knew about this, even though they lived in Hong Kong. They're like, "What? What are you watching? Like, what's it about?" So there's that. Lighting is horrible. Sorry, I couldn't find the poster. Gotta find it down here. Anyways, this is before, and this is after. So wow. Must give props to the main cast for doing 2 different roles 50 years apart, and also props to the director in terms of pacing. It's a 117-minute film, but it totally didn't feel like that. It is long, but like I think I checked the clock at an hour and a half, and I was surprised it was only an hour and a half. And they really packed in a lot of stuff. The budget issues you can clearly see in terms of like the riots and all that. They infer a lot of the actual movement, and I think that sort of pulls you out of the immersion because it felt like a play in the sense where the riots didn't feel like they actually happened within the universe of the film. Rather, it was just more mentioned and inferred in the short scenes. In terms of the cast, Liew was great. She was phenomenal in terms of just that contrast between her 1967 and her 2019 counterpart. Just actually feels like 2 different people. Rather, the other 2, the rich kid and her boyfriend in the future one, definitely felt just more like a rehash. And our main lead, he didn't really change that much, but with her I feel like there was much change. And yeah, I mean, definitely this is a recommended film in terms of just history. Really shows how, you know, even as you're protecting your land or your morals and all that stuff, it's the people that are around you that, you know, get it the worst or the best. I don't know. I mean, in 67 it was pushing back the British and really hoping that the Chinese mainland government came back and saved Hong Kong. And now in 2019, it's more about, you know, China moving closer and taking over, and we like the British ways of democracy and all that stuff. So yeah, it's like, what's your reason to fight? I mean, you gotta fight, and the reason changes, but it's just like the fighting always never stops. I really wish that it was screened here, because I definitely feel that more Hong Kong people really do need to watch this film. And yeah, I think it's recommended. It just really opens. I think I applaud it in terms of just like, I don't know the actual history of the 6-7, or nor am I a local Hong Konger. So it's just like, it's still touching in the sense where just things that you need to think about. It's like, how are you gonna fight? How are you gonna push back? Like, what are you doing? All that stuff. What are you representing, or stuff like that. A lot of thinking things after the film, in fact. So anyways, I'll definitely leave TheSilverSpleen's review in the description below, so you can check out his stuff, because he is much more well versed about the culture and just the history and all that than I am, because I'm just like a random international dude watching this film and just watching, like, you know, oh Mao, oh my god, it's so bad. And then like, I mean, this film isn't really trying to tell you to think one way or the other, but rather it's just like, you gotta make your decisions, like who's really right, who's really wrong. It's just like who's taking the law in their hands, and how are you gonna do this, and how are you gonna protect your values and all that stuff. Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna put your lives on the line, or are you just gonna be out just observing and making comments and here and there? Who knows? Like, that's a lot of like space for the political people and all that stuff. Anyways, I'm rambling. Don't really know what to say in terms of like the actual politicalness of it, but it's like things to think about and just to consider. And I just really enjoyed the whole cultural difference of generations, as in They had one guy who is in the 2019 timeline, talks about what happened in 67, and he's just like not impressed with what's happening currently, but it's like, dude, you did the same thing back then, why are you hating on the kids now, type of thing. So things to think about. Anyways, that's it for this before and after for Chung Ying Guy number 1. Later.